Hello, everybody. Today, I'm with Jesse Flynn. He was my customer from Canada, and he pushed out a property here in Tulum. So today, we are going to make an interview about how was the process of the buying a property here like a foreigner.
I am Jesse Flynn from Canada. I just bought my property in Tulum. So the experience was, quite the experience because there's some ups, there's some downs, there's confusion, there's excitement, but overall it was amazing experience.
How would you describe the process about searching the properties in Tulum and general Riviera Maya? Because I remember we were flying Carmen, Puerto Morelos, and here at Tulum. So tell us about how was the process.
So the process was quite different than I'm used to in Canada because at first I started just searching online, going on Point to Homes, Realtor, and other websites where I'd just look for properties in Tulum or Playa or Puerto Morelos and all those other places along the Riviera Maya coast. And I quickly learned when I arrived that it's not what you seem in terms of you might see a place on the internet, but it shows a different location. So what helped was Jairo clarified that by actually bringing me to the locations on the spot where he would tell me, okay, this is not where you want, so there's no point even visiting it. And he was able to tell me the pros and cons to each of the towns.
Tell us what were the factors that influenced your decision to purchase a property here in Tulum.
Specifically was the return of investment. I crunched the numbers. I had been comparing numbers, not just in Mexico, but I had also been looking in South Florida. I'd been looking in Costa Rica. I had been looking in Dominican Republic. And I realized through numbers, the best return of investment was in Tulum.
Jesse, that's going to be a very funny question, but I want to ask you, how was your experience talking with different real agents in Riviera Maya?
Well, I thought that was actually really funny because they're real estate agents typically dealing with foreigners buying properties, that the English would be impeccable, but that was the complete opposite. There was language barriers everywhere and it made it very difficult, whether it was by texting, WhatsApp, phone calls. I often couldn't communicate what I really wanted, and Jairo made it easy because you wouldn't even know he's Mexican other than his little accent.
Yes, please tell us how was the process of negotiation and the closing. How you feel when you went to the bank in Canada and to send the money to Mexico to the developer? Tell us how was that experience.
Well, it seemed like, I thought it would be an easy process, but what I was warned ahead of time is exactly what happened. I was ready to pay in full, and right away, my bank in Canada held my funds, wondering if this was fraud. They had called me a few times to make sure I knew who I was discussing with, if my agent was an actual agent, if the developer was an actual developer, if I had done my due diligence. And in the end, it did take, longer than the 10 days. Maybe it took 2-3 weeks, but in the end, it did happen. And at the end of the day, I'm in my condo, so I guess it wasn't fraud after all.
How are you feeling with your condo and how are you feeling in Tulum, especially because now you have a property in Tulum?
After a couple of visits now, I feel like Tulum not only is a place that I come to visit as a tourist, but it honestly feels like my second home. I come here, I'm going to be here with my wife, my 2 daughters. And honestly, it's the best decision I've ever made, not just for me and my family, but as an investment overall. I think it's going to be a smart choice, so we'll see what happens.
This was the interview with Jesse Flynn. Thanks for watching this video. If you have more questions, let me know here, write in the comments, and follow me for looking more content about real estate in Riviera Maya, California.